The worst part about raising livestock is eventually you'll have dead stock.
Hi, butterscotch.
That was each other. That's how do you guys get down, daddy down? And now it's oh my goodness. Okay. She is a strong cow. That's gonna be slow motion. That would be cool.
That's not your mama. Sage, come here, girl. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Raising the Rogers Homestead. So it's been a really busy week, a busy weekend. We got our Jerseys down here on the front pasture. This is the first time they've been on grass this year. We ended up feeding roughly about 20 rolls of hay this winter. I've been keeping them off this front to let it grow a little bit, and it's doing really, really well. So my first rotation through, so we will strip graze this whole property. We'll do rotational grazing and we will strip graze it all the way through. Now, my first pass through, I'm gonna give them a little bit smaller paddocks. And the reason for that is just so they don't get too much grass at one time. It can cause them to bloat and things of that nature, and we definitely don't want that. As you can see, Butterscotch is doing really, really good. She is turned into a little feisty heifer that we are going to keep her. We're not exactly sure what that looks like for us just yet, but we are going to keep her. She has just turned out to be way too sharp, and I just can't let go of her. Jerseys are doing good. They are keeping up their condition really well. Right now we are milking Sage. We are pretty much done milking Belle. Now if she looks super full, we'll get her in there in the milking station and we will milk her out, but as of right now we're pretty much done with her. Pretty sure that the AI that we did on Belle did not keep, it did not take. So here in the next couple of months or so, we will be sending her up to our neighbor's house to get her bred to his bull. The sheep, they're doing great. Right now, I think that we've got 8 babies in total. If you follow us on our Instagram, we did have one that had twins that ended up rejecting the twins. Well, we think it's twins. It may have been one from one and one from another, but we're not 100% sure. So we got them. They have turned into bottle babies. So we've got them in a stock tank and we are raising them out. We put them out in the yard during the day. They kind of run around and do their thing. And then we bring them in at night, bottle feed them about every 2.5 hours or so. And we'll continue doing that until we can get them weaned off the bottle and they will be back out here with the rest of the group. We had some pretty nasty weather here a couple of days ago, and these coops did absolutely magnificent. Didn't move not 1 inch. We had some straight line winds and some pretty heavy rain and stuff. So I cannot tell you how excited I am about these shelters. I've still got a couple more to build. I feel like they've got to be probably the most versatile thing that you could possibly build as far as mobile infrastructure is concerned. Our garden area, I was able to borrow the neighbor's tractor. He had a disc and I was able to get this all disced up and kind of leveled out from where the pigs had been in here. They made a little bit of a mess of it, but we're excited to get this thing rolling. We're gonna try some different stuff this year with the garden. Normally we go with the woven weed fabric. It has gotten so expensive that it has made us look at other options. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll be doing some garden prep here before too long. We've got a ton of seeds started. The greenhouse is absolutely packed with everything you could possibly imagine. And I can't wait to get that garden jamming. Our group of feeder pigs, they are doing good. They will be going next month to the processor. We've got rid of most of them. We will have some that are left over, but that'll just be for us and our freezer. I got our beef steers separated. They're actually all hiding out in their shelter right now. There's 4 of them in there, 2 of them for 2025 and 2 of them for this year. They are 1 month out from going to the processor, and I'm super excited to see how these guys turned out, what they look like as far as the way that we've raised them and kept them on grass. I've got them separated down here. The main reason is because the 2 smaller ones, can you believe there's 4 cows in that right now laying down. The 2 smaller ones, they took to our other Jersey and she was actually letting them nurse, and they have been weaned for a while now, so they started nursing on her not too long ago, so we wanted to definitely put a stop to that. So I've put them up here, right here in the tree line, headed back down towards the front field that we just came from. I put them down here in this tree line, keep them separate. I actually ended up having to do 2 strands of hot wire. Normally I just do 1 for cows, but they were going right up underneath that and running down there and trying to get in there with the Jersey cows. And we can't have that. Big pigs, that one and that one, they are going here in about a month and a half or so. We'll also be butchering these 2. Anna, she's still a free range pig. She goes wherever she wants to go, and she has been happy as a clam. She should be bred back to this boar, and we will be having a mess of piglets from him one more round, and then we've got our other boar up front that we will be breeding her to next. Here he is. He is going to be an absolute tank. I'm excited to see what he does for us. All right, back down here in the building. So if you follow us on our Instagram, my wife put a thing on our Instagram page, and it said, the worst part about raising livestock is eventually you'll have dead stock. So we have been very fortunate on our place because we are so small scale, and we're able to keep an extra eye on everything that we have. So we are able to catch things early, and whatever treatment necessary needs to be done as far as separating or giving it something that maybe we usually wouldn't give it, because in my mind, if I can stay away from the vaccinations and things of that nature, then I'm going to do it. And we have been super successful in all of those endeavors. But with that being said, I'm not naive and I'm not dumb, and I'm not going to let something die whenever I could give it a shot of something and it help it out. This situation was a little bit different. So as you guys know, I was super excited about getting rabbits. We had them in here in the building, as you can see, and the dogs busted the bottom out of this cage. So they busted it there, they busted it there, and there. Now, whenever I put this thing in, I never thought in a million years that something like that would happen. Now, was that being me being naive? Probably so, because they are dogs, and I don't believe that their intention was to kill them. Now, from what I've read, it was probably a heart attack that ended up actually killing them, because they ended up killing all 3 of our rabbits. We got those rabbits back in December, maybe, something like that. They were weaned off, 5 weeks old, and we was actually going to breed them this month. And that's my fault. That's my fault. I should have had it a little bit more secure. Had I run something across the back and the front to actually hold those slats down a little bit more secure than what they were, then probably wouldn't have happened. But with that being said, yes, that is bad news. But with that being said, I contacted the person that we bought our rabbits from. He has quite a few rabbits and breeds them pretty regularly. So I contacted him, and one of the main things that I was bummed about was I was excited to have rabbit this year as far as another meat source on our property. And obviously we can't do that now. So I contacted him and told him what happened, and he said, well, why don't we do this? Why don't I breed a couple of my rabbits, and then I'll just sell you the entire litters. And then that way we can, from those 2 litters, we can pick out whichever ones we want to keep to breed, but we'll also have rabbits on the ground being able to be grown out to be processed. So we're 100% going to do that. So we should have some little rabbits around here. Now, he just bred the does probably yesterday. So you're looking at, you know, a month or so, they'll have those babies, and then they'll wean them off at 5 weeks. So we're looking at probably 2-ish months, and maybe a little bit more. And then we should have some rabbits on this place, which I'm excited about. I was super bummed that happened, but you know, my initial reaction was, well, I guess I'm going to be getting rid of the dogs, which, you know, obviously the dogs have been here longer than anything else, so couldn't do that. My wife wouldn't let me do that anyway, but that was just me lashing out and being mad at the dogs. So I'm gonna have to resecure that in there. Obviously I've got a little bit of time, but I'm gonna have to resecure all that stuff in there and get that ready for some more bunnies. I'm gonna have to build some kind of mobile pen for them, put some slats in the bottom so they can still get to the grass whenever they're actually on the grass. So bouncing around ideas in my head, watched a few YouTube videos and things of that nature to give me some ideas. If you guys got some ideas or things that you've done to grow out rabbits, then drop them down in the comments. Let me see what you got going on. That way I can have a few more ideas other than what's in my little brain here. We obviously love having little babies here on our place. This has been a super busy first part of, well, I guess quote unquote spring for us. It's been super busy for us, having lambs and calves and all the things. But part of living this lifestyle, part of being in this lifestyle, is eventually something bad is going to happen, and you're going to have to deal with that as such. So it's unfortunate what happened to the rabbits, but on the flip side of that, I live my life by everything happens for a reason. Whether it's good or bad, everything happens for a reason. And you know, yes, I wanted to breed the rabbits and things of that nature, and be able to have some rabbits of our own here. We were actually going to be able to source our rabbits relatively inexpensively, and that way we can have a plethora of rabbits and we can process those out and have extra meat in the freezer. So, you know, you roll with it. You got to roll with it. But anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all stopping by. If you could like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And until next time, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.